Andrew McCART, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. Delighted to be joined by, all the way in sunny Spain, Marbella, I believe, Jono Carroll. Look at that.
Look at that. What a view, mate. Beautiful blue skies, mate. Nice
Well, I would show you Scotland, but I think there's a big cloud coming over just now. Jono, first and foremost, you're out in Spain. How are you coping with everything? How's the family?
Great, pal. They're blessed. The little baby's actually in the swimming pool right now. Looking at her, that's why I'm sitting here. She's just chilling. Everything's good, mate. I can't complain. I'm in the middle of getting my kitchen done. So yesterday was the first day that people were starting to go back to work and that. So I'm getting my kitchen done. So we booked that long before the last fight. You know, that got put on pause. And holidays and all. We missed 2 holidays because of the blatant quarantine as well. So there's a few little things meant to be rolling over. You know what I mean? But it's all back. It's all back up and running, and it's all on the road again. So it's all good, mate.
How are you coping with the? I know Spain got hit quite hard at the early, back in March and beginning of April sort of thing. How are you coping in terms of your training and getting out and staying motivated to stay fit? Because there's talk about shows going back in July. So how are you staying motivated and keeping fit? I can see you've got like a floor to wall bag behind you there.
It's just a makeshift flush cymbal there, and I have it like literally to a weight on the ground. You know what I mean? It's like make do with what you have, mate. But yeah, and the same. Like I have a few like little bits here as well. You know what I mean? Like I have a punch bag over there on the far side. You know, I have loads of stuff here. I have hand weights inside, medicine balls. Like, mate, it's like people have no excuse. You know what I mean? Like you can buy out off bleeding eat or what's it called, Amazon and stuff like that. You can makeshift things. I have things around the corner, just 2 bottles, and it's just like they're 2.5 liters, 3 liters of water. The Applied Nutrition big bottles, and they have a good handle on them, sturdy handle. So I've just been even filling them up with water to the top and doing my workouts with the 2 of them. You know what I mean? Like there's loads of ways to keep active and keep fit. So no excuses.
You're coming off a great win over Scott Quigg. I mean, not many people thought you would stop Scott or do that, but you did it. You've got a big smile on your face there. Just talk.
I said it would, and when I usually say things, it usually comes true.
That's the thing, because I think people didn't believe that is because you've not got many stoppages. You're a volume puncher rather than that 1 KO sort of punch. And that, again, what's made you become more? I think you said that you've matured as a fight after the Tevin Farmer fight. You've learned to take your losses, and it was a learning curve for you in that fight, not to go forward and stuff like that. Did you have a different mindset going into the Quigg fight?
I wouldn't say a different mindset. I just was more mature, you know, like I was a much more rounded fighter going into the Quigg fight. I knew not to be panicking. I knew not to be getting too caught up in the crowd. I learned a lot. Like when I fought in Philadelphia for the world title, I got caught away with the crowd a little bit. I got excited. I threw too many punches, not enough. I threw too much volume punches, but not enough quality in the punches. You know, there was a lot of things that I took from that fight that I learned from, and I just kind of put into my game in sparring. And I was able to execute it in sparring. I was saying, I'm definitely bringing this into the fight, you know. It's a big difference in doing it in sparring and doing it in a fight. So I've done similar kind of styles like that in sparring lots of times, but I've never been able to have an opponent to come forward at me, you know, so I could defend, I could like counter punch and stuff. So it was just nice to have an opponent like Scott Quigg who came forward, because if you look at a lot of my fights, they were all counter punchers, all on the back foot, and they were better counter punchers than anything. So for me, like I had to chase the fight, so I had to come forward. I had to make a fight out of it, you know. And that's not actually my style of fight. I'm like better counter puncher than I am boxer, or than I am fighter. But because of all the opponents, like Declan Gary, Bladen, Johnny Quigley, fucking what's his name, Tevin Farmer, they're all southpaw defensive fighters, all on the back foot. So I had to come forward. I had no really other option, but I just think because Scott Quigg was able to come forward, I was able to show another side of my game, which people were impressed with. It was good.
See, as well, like, obviously with what's happened, all this quarantine and stuff like that, like, after the Scott Quigg fight, I guess you were itching to get back in the ring because you're up there in the rankings still. Do you know what I mean? And Scott Quigg has propelled you up. That's a great win. So what's the next fight for you? Is it going to be a world title fight, or are you going to have one more fight before you step in one of the champions?
I don't know, to be honest, because the way things are going now, I'm just hoping that I get a world title fight. I can only see myself being in big fights from now on. I think that whole, like, I don't need that experience anymore, you know? I think I've gained that experience with the world title fight and stuff. So I think I'm ready for the world stage now. So give me anyone and I'm prepared. So it's going to be more or less whatever MDK can come up with, wherever champions are going to be willing to fight me, then that's what we'll take. You know what I mean? Or whoever up and coming fighters or big names. We couldn't just want big names at this stage. So it's all on basically whatever MDK produces oil fight. Because as you know yourself, most people know me. I just say yeah to every fight, and if I'm the best I can be, then I'll beat everyone. You know what I mean? That's the way my mindset is. So I don't care. I'm ready for world titles now. I feel at this stage.
Obviously, with this sort of quarantine as well, man, it's put emphasis on the fact that we need to see these big fights. I mean, they're talking about Joshua and Tyson Fury getting done in December. People are calling out for the Josh Taylor Ramirez undisputed fight at 140 now. So this sort of break in the sport has said, right, let's just make the big fights happen. For you, if I was to put a promoter's cap on you and they said, right, Jono, you can fight anyone, who would you want to fight that suits your style and be a crowd pleaser? Who would you want to fight in your division?
I'd like your man Herring. I'd love your man Herring that Carl Frampton's fighting. If Carl wins that, I'd love.
Oh, you've gone, Jono.
Carl. It'd be a massive fight, me and Carl. Yeah, I'd love Jojo Diaz. I'd love everyone, mate.
Birchell, Santa Cruz. I mean, it's a great division.
I'd love Santa Cruz. Yeah, mate. I'd love. Like, I know Selby's gone up to Blade, and Lee Selby. Is it Lee Selby has gone up? Which one was the? Yeah, he's gone up to lightweight.
Lee Selby's, yeah.
I'd fight him at Blade and Super Fella. Not a big name, you know what I mean? I just want big names. World champions or former world champions. That's all I want at this stage. But I would love the Carl Frampton fight, obviously, because he's Irish as well. The atmosphere would be electric. It'd just be just amazing, you know what I mean? That's a fight that I'm really looking at. And I don't know why, but it's like, because someone mentioned to me at the start, like it was like a fan mentioned it, and I was like, straight away, I was like, oh, that'd be a good one. You know what I mean? So then it was just playing in my head, and then so now it's starting to kind of manifest itself. Now everyone's talking about it. So
well, that's sort of where I was sort of steering. That's what I was steering that conversation. So I saying that's what I was going to steer that conversation. So it was like Jamel Herring and Frampton are going to fight at some stage this year. I take it you'll be supporting Carl and hoping he comes through that, so we can probably see the Jono Carroll. It'll be an easy fight to make before you and Carl. You both with MTK. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Both Irish, Belfast. You know.
Yeah. And we're both big draws. We're both big names in Ireland, so it's not like just one of us are kind of a big name. We're both big names in Ireland now at the minute, so it would sell out Bladen, the SSE Arena. It would sell out Windsor Park. Like, it sell out massive arenas. So that's what it's all about as well. It's a business at the end of the day. So business sense, I just think it makes sense. You know what I mean? Business
sense, it makes sense. And as they all say, styles make fights. Again, selfishly, as a boxing fan, you against Carl Frampton, I'm just trying to picture the fight. I think it'll be a great fight because your style and his style would just gel perfectly.
I think so as well. It'd be a fantastic fight. And just the more I'm talking about it, the more kind of excited I'm getting about it. Because when it was mentioned to me originally, it was like just, yeah, great. That'd be an amazing fight. Yeah, geez, I never really thought about it. I'd love that fight. But then the more and more that I'm kind of speaking about it and talking about it, the more I'm kind of wanting that fight, and the more I'm like excited for that fight and up for that fight. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it could be amazing, pal.
Who wins then? Jamel Herring, Carl Frampton. Who wins that fight?
I think Frampton wins it. Yeah, I definitely think Frampton wins it. I don't think Herring is that good. Don't get me wrong, he's all right. Like, he's a world champion, so obviously he's good. But I just think Carl, with his experience and all, I think his hand speed is better too. I just hope the size doesn't play too much of a big part, because I know Herring is a very big super featherweight.
Yeah, he's
Carl is obviously coming up in weight, so I don't know how that's going to fare out. But when they were both in the ring that night, and you see the size difference, yeah, it looked big. But your man Herring could have been a bleeding middleweight then at that stage. You know what I mean? When they weigh in, he's going to be a lot smaller, and Carl's probably going to be around the same size. So, you know what I mean?
Think he can do it, Carl? Yeah.
I think Carl can do it. I'm actually, if I was a betting man, I'd be putting money on Carl to do it. That's how confident I am in Carl to do it.
You've said before in the past that even when you lost against Tevin Farmer, you said, I'm still going to be a world champion. Like, your confidence cannot be knocked. Like, you're probably you probably are the most confident man in boxing that I've ever met. So, where does that confidence come from, Jono? If you don't mind me asking, where does that come from?
You know what? Because I work so hard, I grind all the time. I'm always on it. That I feel like I don't believe that there's many boxers out there that is as dedicated as me or work as hard as me. So that's where my confidence comes from. And at the same time as well, I believe like you almost are what you think you are. You know what I mean? So if I'm like, oh, he's battered me and he's battered me, when it comes time to actually fighting these people and I think he's battered me, I've already have lost the fight before I even got in there. So for me, it's like, he's just human. That's the way I try to look at everyone. He's just human. Like, there's nobody better than me. He's probably just worked on certain skills more than me, but I don't believe he's better than me. You know what I mean? Or maybe he's just more mature than me, or he's better experienced than me. But I just never believe that anyone is more skilled than me or more determination than me. You know, like some people are like talented, some people are like just hard workers. I believe I'm a bit of both. You know what I mean? I believe I have a small bit of talent and I have a lot of hard. I put a lot of hard work in.
You've got more than a small bit of talent, Jono. Come on.
Yeah, but at the same time, like that, I stay grounded. I like to keep myself grounded too. Even though, like when I'm fighting, I'm in the press conference. I'm very not cocky, but I'm very confident. But I almost come off as cocky to some people. But it's more or less me just trying to build myself up for the fight. Because if I'm not up for a fight, and I'm not like hungry for the fight, then I kind of don't work as hard in camp. Even though I do work hard, but when I fear somebody or I believe someone's a really, really good fighter, it makes me knuckle down and it makes me work harder. And I have like disrespecting people in a way, because to me it's like, right, if I'm at the saying that, I have to back that shit up when I'm talking, you know what I mean? So that's why when I said I was going to stop Declan Gardy, that's why I believe I done it, because I put my mind to it. And when I said I was going to stop Scott Quigg, that's why I done it, because I put my mind to it. There's not much that if you put your mind to it and you truly believe in yourself, there's not much that you can't accomplish in life. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people say it but don't truly believe it. And there's the difference in me and them. There's some people that are talkers, but I believe what I say. There's not one thing that I really say that I don't believe.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, when I said I'm going to stop Scott Quigg in like round 8, I truly believe I was going to stop him round 8. And he nearly went in round 8 as well. Only for because the way Albert wanted me to go with the game plan, I reckon if I had actually put the foot down, I could have stopped him in round 8. But because the way Albert wanted me to box, he wanted me to be smart and use my head and never get involved. He said, every time it gets heated, get back in the jab. That's all I want. He said, even when you want to, and you know you have him hurt a little bit, I just want you to get back on the jab. He said, you're just going to break his heart completely. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to kind of prove to Albert that I could listen to him and stay on point as well and not get too carried away with the crowd and whatnot. So, like I said, that was a coming of age fight for me. And it was one of them fights that I wanted to have, that I didn't get carried away too much. You know what I mean? I stayed calm and composed. But confidence is a massive part to play in boxing, in business, in life in general. You know what I mean? So, it's just a true belief and in my ability. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, it's like, if I don't believe in myself, how can anyone else believe in me? Like if I truly don't believe that I'm going to be a world champion, I'm telling you I'm going to be a world champion. If I don't believe it, how can I convince you that I'm going to be a world champion?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know? So I put it out there to the world, but I put it out there truly believing that I will be world champion. I know I will be world champion. It's not even like a case of will he be or what. It's only a matter of fact of when.
Like I said, Jono, like you're probably the most confident man I've ever met in boxing. Seriously, apart from Tyson Fury, you're probably up there with Tyson Fury anyway when it comes to confidence.
The missus is here beside me, she's like, not even in just boxing.
Quite right. You mentioned something there when the Scott Quigg fight, what Albert told you is don't get carried away with the crowd. What's your thoughts on, because it seems like the British Boxing Board of Control are saying that they're going to put fights on in July behind closed doors in studios with no crowd. You're a woman, if you don't mind me saying, you love the sort of feeding off the crowd sort of thing. So what's your thoughts on fighting in front of basically just a few people in the audience?
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, like, as boxers, we do that in the gym day in, day out anyway, so it's no actual difference. You know what I mean? Like, The only thing is, it takes a bit of, like, excitement there, I think, because even though the thing is, when you're sparring someone that's, like, really good, you still have that nerve, you still have that excitement, regardless of anything. And if you've had a good spar, you're still like, oh, that was great. You're still buzzing getting out there. But the ring walk is amazing. Playing your music and you're walking out and you're hearing all the crowd and they're like, ah, all those things, like that things that you can tell the grandkids about. You know what I mean? That things that I live for. And it's half one of the reasons why I box is that excitement of walking out into that crowd. And then the whole, like, everyone just jumping all over you. It's amazing. It's a fantastic feeling. And it's actually hard to kind of explain to someone who probably hasn't seen it or been in that position before. But then at the same time, I don't care, mate, because at the end of the day, boxing for me is a job. So, like a true professional, I'll get in and do my job, bleeding in my back garden in a phone box. It doesn't matter where I do it, because at the end of the day, it's me and him in there, and the crowd don't actually make a difference, because that only matters for the ring walk and as you're leaving. Once the bell goes, you tend to be kind of in the zone anyway. You don't really forget. You just forget about the crowd. It just kind of blurs out almost, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't care. It's all I want.
Just
pay me the same. That's all I'm asking. Just pay me the same.
Exactly. As long as you're getting paid, man. I don't care, man. As long as if I can go to the show with no crowd and just talk to the fighters, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? But,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I want to ask as well. Scott Quigg retired after your fight. I mean, what you just want to just go back in it and your thoughts on Scott Quigg and his sort of like career and stuff like that.
Do you know what? Scott Quigg has been a fantastic champion, really, really good champion. And what I believe with him as well is he just got there because of his hard work. And that's what I really, truly respect from him, is that he wasn't never the most talented boxer, but he made it to the world scene because he was such a hard worker. So for me, you have to have nothing but respect for him, you know what I mean? Because he didn't get there from talent. He got there because he worked extremely hard. And I believe I'm half a cut from the same cloth, you know? It's like, I believe I do have a bit more talent, but I truly believe that talent comes with hard work. The harder you work, the more talented you become. So, you know, for me, I respect him what he's done, and I don't think he was too old for that fight. I don't think he was over the hill. I don't think he was fucking 31. I'm just going 28, and I feel like I'm only starting to come into my prime. So how can somebody, and I feel like I'm just learning, you know what I mean? There's people like Bleeding Pacquiao who's in their 40s and they're still world champions. So don't be coming at me with that crap saying, oh, I just didn't have it. And it was just my game plan was spot on. That's all.
Finally, before I let you go, Jono, I want to get your thoughts on this talk now. Like I said to you, the emphasis to get these big fights going. Joshua and Fury, I just want to get your thoughts on that fight. Who do you think wins that one?
I can never doubt Tyson Fury, mate. It's like he's never let me down. You know what I mean? So you can never doubt Tyson Fury. So I'll go with Tyson all day, every day. And I've always have. I never once said Tyson was going to lose to any man. Even when he fought in Klitschko the first time, I was one of the only ones in Ireland who said, no, we reckon, because I watched the press conference and that. And like we were saying about me with the conference, Tyson Fury is the exact same. He talks so much that whether he truly believes it or not, he convinces he believes in himself. If he truly believes that he can win, and a man with that confidence is a very hard man to beat. You know what I mean? And like it came true. You know what I mean? He went out, played with Klitschko. Every single fight, I've always backed Tyson Fury. So I'll never go against him till he proves me wrong.
Not true words said there, mate. I've got to say, you're probably one of the most confident men in boxing, but you've definitely got the best beard in boxing, mate. But I can see a couple of great. That beard game is strong.
Thank you, bro. So you know what? Look at it. I messed it up a little bit. I cut it down here. I came right across. So I had to go and redo the hairline again and get it proper straight. You know what I mean? To leave that grow for a while. You can see it better here.
You know what? You might even give me some inspiration, Jono. I might just grow this one out.
You should, mate. The grey bears look the bollocks as well. The grey bears look even better again.
That's coming from a guy who's got 4 strands of grey.
Yeah, mate. I'm going to have to get on that just for men soon.
The mascara, you know what I mean? Just darken up a little bit.
That's not brilliant.
Jono, man, like I say, appreciate your time, mate. Enjoy the sunshine in Spain. Looking forward to your next fight. I mean, you're always there. You're always producing the goods in the ring. And obviously, you can talk outside the ring as well. So you're definitely a fan favourite. I'm a fan.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for doing this Fightful TV, brother. And stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon, Jono.
I appreciate it, my man. Have a great day. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed, man.